If it makes money, it's a real job. I'm so sick of hearing this whole idea of what a real job is, and it's giving hater energy. Before I go further, I will just state that for anybody who doesn't know, I work what others would call real job as a teacher. Okay, so before anybody comes for me, I'm not making money on social media or anything like that. So I just want to say that before we get into this, right? And I just wonder when it became, I really think when people talk about having a real job, you're just giving hater energy. Because especially in this day and age, like after all the stuff that's happened over the past like 10 years, for example, how many people just got made redundant casually during the COVID era, during the start of lockdown, when businesses could no longer function, were no longer in offices, people just got their jobs dropped. I was one of the people who was still working, thank you, Jesus, because I had decided to do different things. I'm not saying other people should have decided to do different things. I'm just saying, when did we say, why is it that we consider the normal stable job? Like you could be dropped in like a hot potato at any moment. Why is it that when what you do, and just because you work a specific type of framework of making money, that's considered a real job, but if somebody else is making money and providing for their family the same way you are, providing for their loved ones, that's not a real job? That's what I'm saying. It's just hating. It's just hating. It's just hating. Realistically speaking, it's just hating. Because it's a real job. If it makes money, it's a real job. It should be as simple as that. I don't understand where the confusion is there. Maybe that's all that there is to say. Like, I really don't understand. And what do you mean by real? What's fake about another job? If somebody's making an income, how can that be fake? I don't get it. That's why I feel like what it is people are upset that some people maybe can choose a method that might seem, more flashy or fancier or more preferable or more enjoyable. And because of those things, that means that job has to be a fake job, because a real job you should suffer. It's kind of like how I feel about, like, a lot of people look at education, especially as somebody who teaches myself. A lot of people, I feel like, get offended even just when, like, with kids, like when they're struggling in school, whatever. It's like, good, you should suffer. Like, education, you should hate it. It shouldn't be enjoyable, because education, we all went through and we all hate it. And that means you're getting a good education. Yeah, you're crying about your homework. Good, you should hate it. It should be horrible. Like, why? It just goes to show a lot about society. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is it just goes to show that we live in a society where we associate, like, actually thriving and enjoying yourself and happiness as some kind of thing that's not real. And everything that's real about life is that life is hard, and life you should hate, and life should beat the hell out of you. And you should be suffering. If you're not suffering, it's not real life. You're not living a real life. You're living a fake life, or you're just lucky. You're just living a fake job. Like, it's giving such strong hater energy, in my opinion, because I've just gotten so sick of, oh, you get a real job. Because a lot of people who are being told they don't have a real job are living much better lives than the people who are working real jobs. It's like, so I'd rather have a fake job then. On that note, if that's the case, I want a fake job then. What the hell? I'm working a real job now. I was loving life. Listen, I was loving life working what others would consider a real job before. I was loving life. I was making a lot more money. I was enjoying myself. Now I'm making peanuts. I'm stressed all the time. I'm tired. I don't want to do anything because whatever. Working a real job. And so what? So should I stay here just so I can feel better about myself? I'm just saying it's giving hater. It's giving hater. And if we're going to be completely honest, nothing is trustworthy. Like, even the other day, there was a woman she's recently started a food business, and she's making videos on YouTube. I see her every now and then popping up. And she wasn't going to do this. Her idea was to stay in her real job, but she got made redundant. Exactly. So she decided to start her food business to see if she can make some money. I think maybe she had got some leftover money from her redundancy. I guess she had to get given some money. I don't know if she did, but I'm assuming. She decides to start making videos and posting herself, starting a food business. And now she's like building her food business since being made redundant in her 30s. And I was just like, that's the point. Like, that's why when people on, like, who are famous or who make money in a certain way are like, that could be gone tomorrow. Your job can be gone tomorrow. Your company can go bust. How many people being made redundant just from the changes of things like AI right now? How many people went to university and are still paying off tens, hundreds of thousands of student debt for a job they thought they were told they were definitely going to be able to get once they graduate, that they didn't know AI was going to replace? And you're all like, oh, a real job, or the smart this, the smart this. The truth is, we don't know what we don't know, guys. And I think we should all just show respect to anybody that's hustling and that's working hard at anything. That's all I'm saying. If you're putting in the work for whatever you do, everybody, I think, should all be acknowledged for their hard work. Should all be acknowledged for their hard work. Because the truth is, any of us could lose any job or anything at any time. And the fact of the matter is, if what you're doing allows you to pay for your life, allows you to cover the things you can do, because a lot of these jobs that are not considered real jobs, those people can actually afford more things than the people who have the real jobs. Those people are living better lives than the people who have the so-called real jobs. So all you're getting out of your real job is a deluded sense of pride. And again, what are you going to do when you get dropped? Because a lot of people who don't work real jobs have real skills that they can then use for themselves if they lose said job. Said this woman, if is a perfect example, she happens to cook a lot and be very passionate about cooking and cook very good food. So she lost her real job and now she can do this because she has an actual skill. Other people would lose their job and be like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do now because I went to university and I studied this, a bachelor's in this, and then I went into this job. That's all I know. I saw a lot of people my age like that during lockdown when it first happened, because it was a lot, last one in, first one out. So a lot of people my age, got let go at their workplaces. A lot of people had no idea what to do because that's all they'd ever done was just follow the one path. And then it was gone. A lot of them still haven't recovered since then. I know people in their I know a lot of people into their 30s and so on, still living at home because they can't make enough in their real job to actually go and start their own life. And now we're having to, change our goals in life. Where before it was like, I want to own a house. I just want to try and afford somewhere where I can live with a couple of my friends in my 30s. How are you going to start a family and all of this and all these things, right? And I was better off, you know why? Because I'd gone and done other random things. I'd worked so many different kinds of jobs, different types of experiences. So I always had different things in my wheelhouse that I could lean on. Anyways, like I said, the point of this video is just to say, if it makes money, it's a job. It's a real job. End of story. Because someone's paying for it or they're making money somehow. In the same way, like I say to you guys, I was on tour in Italy, right? For 3 years, back to back. You guys are all here for it. I'm here being paid better than I'm being paid in my normal job. It's still a job. I have to show up. I have to do what I have to do. I'm getting paid. And you know why I'm getting paid more there? Because the people who work in real jobs, supposedly, are willing to take the money from those real jobs to pay for me to get paid doing a fake job. Supposedly. Isn't that crazy? That's what made me laugh. I'm here standing on stage with all these people crying. There's tens of thousands of people crying and this, that, and the other. I'm staying in nice hotels. I'm eating good food. I'm here in Italy. I'm traveling all over the country. I haven't paid a dime. I haven't spent €1. I haven't spent £1. Anything I have spent is my own desire. Right? I'm getting paid to be here. I'm being paid literally to sing 8 songs, by the way. And I'm having this whole trip, a whole entire month and away in this country, this beautiful country all over the show. And then the real job people are the ones showing up, standing in the pews. No one can see them. No one knows their name. No one knows their faces. No one knows nothing. They're taking their hard-earned money to go and pay however many euros to be there. And I'm getting everything paid, all my meals, all my flights, travel, food, everything, accommodation. And I'm getting paid on top of it. And I get to be in the most beautiful place ever and then just go on stage and sing using my voice. I'd rather do that job, mate. I'd rather do that job than the freaking real job. And that's because, and it's funny because it's the real job people that make it possible for the so-called fake job people, like I said. Because if the real job people weren't showing up and spending their money on the people doing the fake jobs, they wouldn't be there. That's why I'm like, you can't be mad at somebody who's famous on social media if everybody's showing up. If you don't want them to make money on social media, don't watch. Everybody should just stop watching. If you don't want these like people in Hollywood, all these sports stars and whatever to make money, don't engage. But you, when you're off and you're taking a break from your real job, taking your time, money, your time, your energy, and your money, and spending it there, you're creating the opportunity for them to have that. That's why I'm saying it's giving loser. It's giving loser energy. Anyways, guys, if life's a game, let's play to win. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you. And I'll see you in my next one.